If it feels as if massively multiplayer role-playing game The Secret World has been a long time coming, that's because it has. Norwegian developer Funcom confirmed the title all the way back in 2007. And then in 2009, there were some pretty teaser trailers, like this one with the milkshake-seeking demon. Then there was the steady-ish drip feed of details, and we learned, for instance, about the 3 secret society factions that divide the player population in this modern-day set MMO. Those are the Templars, the Dragons, and the Illuminati. And now here in 2012, the Secret World is almost upon us at last. So we caught up with Funcom's Erling Ellingsen for a pre-launch recap on what it's all about and a spin around the game's Atlantic Island Park location, an amusement park built on a cursed farmland, inevitably haunted to bits and then abandoned.
The Secret World is a massively multiplayer online game. It's set in a modern-day real world. Basically, all the myths and legends of the world are true.
What if I told you that world is ours?
Today here we're basically playing an all-new area called the Savage Coast, an area that we haven't shown much of before, and we'll be playing through a haunted amusement park called Atlantic Island Park.
The park is found on Solomon Island, says Ellingsen, one of the early locations in the game, though you'll have spent quite a bit of time on it before you reach this place. And this being a big open-world MMORPG, it's only a small piece of the world map.
This is just one small part of the game world, of course. Right now we're on Solomon Island, but later you get to leave to go to Transylvania, Egypt, you go to New York, you go to Seoul, London, you even go to hell in a specific dungeon. So, I mean, we have locations all over the world.
The Atlantic Island theme park, tagline "The unhappiest place on Earth," is best tackled in a party. There's a roller coaster, a Ferris wheel and dodgems, each ride more haunted than the last. But no ghost train somehow, or at least we didn't see one. There is an Octotron though, check him out.
The mission here is that we need to investigate the park and we need to investigate the rides and find out what's happening in the park. It is a haunted amusement park and there's a lot of crazy stuff happening that we need to figure out basically. So right now I'm playing a build that is particularly useful against multiple encounters, so like for instance groups of zombies. And the great thing about the Secret World is that you can switch between builds at absolutely any time. You know, if you want to be a tank, if you want to be a healer, if you want to use a DPS build that is especially effective against single targets or multi-targets, you can switch at any time. In the Secret World there's no classes, there's no levels.
As Ellingsen says, unlike in many an MMO, there are no character classes in the Secret World, or levelling up in the traditional sense. The game lets players create their own classes, more or less. The ability system has a wheel of over 500 abilities, rather than class-specific talent trees, and you buy those abilities with ability points. The key is finding abilities that complement each other in combat.
At the bottom here, you can see our different abilities. So we have 7 active abilities that we can bring into battle. Abilities are broken into builder abilities and consumer abilities. So when you fire off builder abilities, you build resource on the target, and eventually you can then trigger consumer abilities that need X amount of resource, basically.
In addition to that, the clothes you wear don't impact your stats, so you can look any way you choose. That said, there will be loot items to modify your stats, it's just that the clothes are cosmetic. Voiced non-player characters and cutscenes are important to the Secret World also. Good news if you recently got a taste for them in your MMOs, courtesy of Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Now, as you're playing through this mission and other missions set in Atlantic Island Park, you will over time discover more about the story, about the location. And the story in the Secret World is sort of like a jigsaw puzzle, and as you play more and more, you start piecing together the pieces of that jigsaw puzzle. So when we are jumping on this roller coaster, we're actually going to be taking a ride on the roller coaster, and we're going to be given a glimpse into the story of the Atlantic Island Park. All the missions in the Secret World are basically told through cinematics, and storytelling is incredibly important in the Secret World. And one of the tools that we use to tell this story is these cinematics.
Come on, wherever you are.
So we're going to be fighting the angry clown, who's equipped with a chainsaw, ready to do some serious damage. So what you're seeing here is that the energy that is created by the rides in the park is feeding the bumper cars, and they're basically going crazy, charging randomly at us and also at the angry clown. When you have completed a mission, what you do is basically click the send report button, and you're sending a report back to your secret society, informing them that you've completed the mission. So of course the secret societies are incredibly important in the secret world, and as you progress through the story and as you develop your character, you will also be following a storyline with your secret society. And of course we have massive PvP elements in the game where secret societies are engaging in battle in what we call war zones. So there's a lot more to the secret world, of course, than we saw here. But I think this is a good glimpse into some of the gameplay and areas that the secret world will offer.
There is a secret world. Everything is true. Everything.
So that's a pre-launch taste of The Secret World, which comes out for PC on June 19th, and with its external beta opening up on May 11th to those with beta keys.